Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we have either a reading vlog or a bookish vlog. Whenever I start these videos off, I don't know where it's gonna lead because I will be doing some reading. So if I do enough reading, it will be a reading vlog, and if I don't read enough and I just have like random bits and bobs in it, it will be a bookish vlog. So only time will tell. But anyways, I am just about to go out and meet my mom for a coffee. We're gonna get our nails done. I think I want to do like a chocolate brown. You know, I want to like just go full-blown autumn, and I'm ready for it. I'm also gonna pop to the bookshop because I'm gonna buy Sunrise on the Reaping for myself and my best friend, because we're gonna be going away to a cottage very shortly, and we both want to read that book at the exact same time. And it's been out for about a month now, but I need to read it immediately because I do fear I'm gonna see a spoiler anytime soon, so I need to read it ASAP. I'm also gonna go to the bookshop to buy a second book in a series, and it's a series that I have just fallen in love with. I didn't think I was gonna love it that much, and even though I shouldn't really be reading the second book because it's not on my April TBR, I'm gonna be reading the second book in the Woven Kingdom series. I am in love with it. I read the first book and I read it in a day and a half. Like, I was obsessed with it. It was so beautiful. I will talk more about it later just because I have to go very shortly. But yeah, beautiful book. I gave it a 5-star. Like, I was so in love with it. It is a YA romantasy, so if you don't like YA, it definitely does read. I guess it's the romance that sort of reads YA, but the actual story is fantastic. The writing is beautiful, the setting, everything about it I fell in love with. And yeah, it has a lot of yearning in it. Like, the main guy, he reminds me of Anthony Bridgerton. Anthony? He reminds me of him. Like, it's that sort of level of yearning, and I love it so much. But yeah, I'm gonna be picking up the second book in the series today, as well as Sunrise on the Reaping. And yeah, I need to get a coffee ASAP. I'm also so hungry. I will bring the camera with me. I'll take you guys with me to get coffee, to the bookshop, and we'll just do what we need to do. So I will speak to you guys soon.
I know a place where we can go and be alone. So come away with me, nobody has to know where we gonna go. I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me. Tell your friends, we'll let them know we're safe later on. The road's calling, sun on our skin, sleeping under stars when it's gone. I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me.
Good morning everyone, how are we doing? It's not really morning, it's 11 a.m. So it's technically morning, but it's late morning. I am in the best mood. A, I've stocked up on all of my Nespresso pods, so I've got lots of coffee available. And B, I'm just about to start the sequel to a series that I'm hoping is going to be a new FAV Romantasy series. And so I picked up the sequel to This Woven Kingdom, and the sequel is called These Infinite Threads, and this is by Tahiri Mafi. She is also the author of the Shatter Me series. Now it is, I think I said earlier in the video, it is a YA romantasy, and I actually think I picked it up at the perfect time. The last 4 or 5 fantasy romances I read were adult romantasies, and they were just feeling very like same old to me. And do not get me wrong, I love an adult fantasy romance, but there is something about a YA romantasy, and I think what it is because there's no spice in it, there is romance. At least what it feels like for me. Like in the first book, it just felt so romantic. The yearning, like I said earlier on, if you love season 2 of Bridgerton, that sort of Kate and Anthony like yearning, and like the way that Anthony would look at Kate and like, do you know what I mean? Like the thoughts that he would have about her, it was like that. There's also Persian / Middle Eastern / Islamic mythology in the series, and it's just really nice to read. And yeah, I'm really loving it. I love her writing, and I'm honestly having the best time. Like I haven't felt like this about a romantasy in such a long time, so I'm really excited. I've also heard that the second book is even better than the first one, so we'll see, but either way, I am so excited. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee, we'll sit down and start this book, and honestly, I'm just over the moon. I am over the moon.
Like, why are you so obsessed with me?
Right guys, coffee is made. Oh, also I got my nails done. I ended up going with like a purple. It wasn't the kind of purple I planned on going for. Like, you know, sometimes the color looks different when they put it on your skin tone. That's sort of what happened to me, but I do really like it anyway. And mom ended up getting like a deep sparkly purple. I really liked it, and I think I'm gonna do the same color as her when it's like the dead of winter. So once it's July and it's like super wintry, super gloomy, I'm gonna do either like a sparkly, not like a super sparkly, it's like a subtle sparkle, either like a subtle sparkly navy or a deep purple like she did. I don't know, I just think it looks really pretty, like the sky, you know? Oh, I've also got a mini book haul for you guys, because I did go to the bookshop to obviously pick up this book. So I ended up getting 2 copies of Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. And if you don't know, I'm sure you know, I'd be very surprised if you don't know, but if you've watched The Hunger Games, this is Haymitch's story, and he is a favorite character of mine. And I've seen everyone online like give this a 5-star. People have been crying over it, and I just need to read it ASAP because I'm scared I'm gonna see a spoiler. Wait, guys, my nails match this. And another book that I picked up, it was actually recommended to me by one of my subscribers. Like, I've seen this book before, it's been on my radar for a while, but one of my subscribers messaged me, Marianne, if you're watching this, hello. She messaged me on Instagram, and she really convinced me to read this book. She was like, I think you're gonna absolutely love it. It's a dark, gothic fantasy romance, and I think it's like a historical setting, correct me if I'm wrong. And also because it's winter over here for me, I feel like a dark, gothic romantasy would be perfect. And the fact that it's like a historical setting, when she messaged me that, I was like, say no more. You do not need to say anything more. I am sold. And I picked up Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I've seen this book everywhere online before, and it's a very interesting premise. From what I know, the main character, the main female character, she has a relationship with death. In my mind, I imagine the Grim Reaper. Like, that's just what plays out in my brain when I think of that. So I need to somehow like erase that thought and paint a new picture of what he looks like. Imagine this. Let me paint you a picture. Let me paint you a picture. It's raining. It's gloomy. It's windy. I'm indoors. I have a coffee. I've got my blanket. I'm in cozy pajamas, and I read this book, a dark gothic romantasy. I'm sorry, but I just feel like that sounds incredible to me. That sounds incredible. So I'm really excited to read this book, and thank you so much to Marianne for recommending this book to me. Guys, I don't know what is going on, but this book has me giggling. Like, I am literally kicking my feet as I'm reading this book. And I feel like one of my favorite tropes is gonna happen in this book. I'm not gonna say what that trope is, just in case you consider it to be a spoiler. I don't consider it to be a spoiler, but I know some people don't want to hear any tropes. So I'm not gonna say what it is, but if you know me and you know my channel and you know one of my favorite tropes, it's in this book. I think. I need to pull myself together, you guys. I really do. I'm only on page 39. Like, I am giggling. I don't know what it is. I didn't see this coming, but I'm having the best time. The best time. Oh. Hi guys, so reading update. I am now up to chapter 10, which is page 125 of, why do I keep forgetting what it's called? Of These Infinite Threads. So I am like a third, just under a third through this book, and I'm really loving it. Like, I really am loving it so much. I honestly don't think I felt this way about a romantasy in such a long time. I think I already said that, but like, just the feeling I'm getting from reading this book, I'm enjoying it so much. I've seen some people say that the first book starts off just way too slow, or the first book is just way too slow for them. I personally didn't think so. Like, I never was bored reading the first book. I never felt it was slow. But everyone's different. Everyone's got very different reading taste and different expectations for like pace in the book. And yeah, I'm just thankful that I'm one of the people who really, really love this book. I love her writing. And now it's got me thinking, should I read the Shadow Me series? Because at first I was like, I don't know if I want to read it. It seems too YA. But then again, this one's also YA and I'm loving this one. So should I read the Shadow Me series? If you think I would love the Shadow Me series, please let me know. And then I might buy the box set. I don't know. I'm gonna finish this series first, and then I will see if I should read Shadow Me. And I think when this series first came out, people thought it was gonna be a 3-book series, but from what I'm seeing online, this is gonna be a 5-book series, and the 4th book is coming out sometime very soon. Yeah, that makes me very intrigued as to where the story is gonna go. If you know, you know. I'm very confused here. I'm loving it, but I'm confused with something. If you know, you know. Hello everyone. I just got home from work. It is currently 5:30. The sun is setting, which I'm not gonna lie is depressing me slightly. As much as I love autumn and winter, I am so sad that the sun is starting to set so early. You know, it's like you get home from work and it's dark and you feel like the day's over, although it's not over. It's only 5:30. We have the whole second half of the day to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some reading of These Infinite Threads, and I'm on page, what is it? I'm on page 155, which is chapter 12, and I'm still really, really, really enjoying it. I'm just having such a great time with this book. I think I'm gonna get changed out of my work clothes and into something comfy. Do I wanna go to the gym tonight? Maybe. Maybe. Nah, I don't know, who knows. Anyways, let's get changed into something comfy and do some reading. Hi guys, so I only ended up reading one chapter last night because I was so tired. Like, I read one chapter and then I was ready for bed. Ready for bed. The last chapter had me giggling, like out loud giggling. I don't know what it is. Like, there's just... If you've read this book, please let me know if you felt the same. I'm just gonna make myself a second coffee today and do some reading. I didn't really read anything this morning because I was kind of busy with other life things. So I'm gonna lock in and read for the next hour, put my phone away, just me in the book. don't really know if I want an iced coffee or a hot coffee. Like I could do either, you know, like it's cold enough to have a hot coffee, but I'm also kind of warm, like it's quite sunny now. The problems, eh? The problems. What a dilemma I'm in. That song just came on shuffle and I forgot how much I used to love it when I was a kid. It was so inspirational. I don't know what kind of Hall of Fame I thought I was going to be in, but I was like, if I just dedicate myself, I'm going to be on the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, I don't have a single bone of dedication in my body. That's not true, but I'm not a very dedicated person, unfortunately. I wish I was like a very motivated, disciplined person, and I know that you can become that person, but I just don't think it's for me, unfortunately. I think I was just meant to be like a chill, living life, joyful kind of young lady. You know what I mean? Who knows what will happen to me in the future, but as for now, I'm chilling. Is it just me or is this very light? To be fair, like I had a pretty strong coffee this morning, so maybe a light coffee will be good. I don't know, guys. Like it looks... Does it look okay to you as a viewer? I like it. It could definitely do like a tiny bit more coffee, but I don't want to waste a whole pod just for like a tiny bit of coffee. Should I? Hello guys, so I am, where's my book? So I am just over halfway these Infinite Threads. I haven't had that much time to read recently and I'm still absolutely loving this book. I'm loving it so much. But I did think that I want to start a new book today, one that is from my May TBR, just because I haven't started a single book in my May TBR and we're in the third day of May. And I just want to kind of, you know, get into it because I just want to take some books down from my May TBR. Now, the book that I am leaning towards, and I think you guys are going to be so proud of me. You will be so proud of me, I hope, if you've been watching my channel for a while. I think I'm going to read, no, I don't think, I know I'm going to read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This has been on my TBR since December 2023. And it's landed on my, yes, so it's been a year and a half and this has landed on my TBR. I think this is the third or the fourth time, and I made a promise to myself, if a book lands on my TBR for the third time, I have to read it that month, and May is that lucky month, so I'm gonna read it. And I don't want to sound like I'm like dreading reading this book. That's not true. I've been really looking forward to reading this book, but I think what's kind of making me a little bit apprehensive or nervous, you could say, is that this book has such polarizing reviews. Like, people seem to either really love it or they hate it. Like, they give it a 1 star or they think this is like the best work of fiction. All I know about this book is that there's a boy and a girl, I think their names are Sam and Sadie, and they meet at a hospital when they're pretty young, and either they're both sick or one of them is sick. Like, they're sick kids in a hospital. I don't know why I did that, like, anyway. And the book follows them for a few decades. I think it goes from like childhood to like either early adulthood or like into their 30s, something like that. And these kids, they're obsessed with video games. They love video games. It's like their form of escapism, and it really means a lot to them. And they end up building a video game together, and I think this video game becomes very, very successful. I think ultimately this is a story on friendship, and while there is love in this book, it's not a romance, it's not a romantic story necessarily. And I guess just about life. I am not someone that games, I'm not a gamer, so I hope that I can still appreciate the gaming aspect to this book, because I do think it's a very big part of the plot. So hopefully I do, you know, appreciate and enjoy that part of the book. And yeah, I'm just very intrigued to see what I think about it. But before I read, I just need to make myself a cup of coffee. I am so tired and I need a little pick me up. So we'll go make a coffee and we'll do some reading. I thought I would give a very mini update. I'm only on page 48, so it's too soon to say anything really. Like, I haven't really developed a proper opinion on this book or how I think I'm gonna feel towards this book. But so far, I think I'm liking it. I do think I am. It definitely seems like this is a character study, character analysis sort of book, which if you guys know me, that is fine by me. I do love like a character study, especially when it's between two characters and their dynamic and kind of how it changes throughout, you know, different stages of life and stuff like that. So I enjoy books like this. So far, so good. Yeah, they're just currently at the hospital right now, and Sadie, who's the main female character, her big sister, who's only 13 at the time, she has cancer and she's in the hospital. And so Sadie's really bored and she like goes off to this room and she starts playing a video game with Sam. Sam is the male main character. He's got like a broken leg, so he's in the hospital. And the nurses see Sadie, the girl, playing with Sam, the guy, and they're like, oh my god, like, we've never seen Sam play with anyone or even talk to any other children. Like, how did you get him to talk? And she's like, I don't really know, we just started playing video games. And they're very interested by Sadie because they're like, how on earth, like, we're struggling to get him to talk. So the nurses offer Sadie this sort of like, I guess like a volunteering kind of thing, and they get her to visit Sam in the hospital all the time, sort of pretend. It's not that she's pretending to be his friend, she's really enjoying his company, but she is essentially going there because they've asked her to go there to hang out with Sam. Sam doesn't know this. And actually, no, he just found out now. And Sam didn't know that. He just thought that they were like best friends. But now he's just discovered that she was only really going there because she was asked to by the nurses. Bear in mind, they're very young here. I think they're like, how old are they here? 10? That's kind of what's happened so far. It's almost like you're getting glimpses back into the past and then it would go to the future, like to the present day. So yeah, I'm enjoying this sort of back and forth between the past and the present. So yeah, so far so good. I will update you guys once I've read some more. Hi everyone. I look like a bit of a potato. I'm trying to muster up the courage to go to the gym. I don't know if you guys can see this weather through the windows, but essentially it is pouring rain. And the gym is not a far walk for me. It's like a 5-minute walk. But you know, like, the sun is setting, it's dark, it's cold, but I do want to go. Anyways, you don't care about that. You're here for my reading update, so I will give you that. So, as for Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, I am up to chapter 6. which is page 137. So I'm like, I would say I'm just over a quarter through, almost a third. And good news guys, I am enjoying this book. Thank God. I was so scared I wasn't gonna like it, but at the same time I did know that I am the kind of person that would enjoy a book like this, because I do love a character-driven story, especially when it has to do with like the dynamics of friendship or love changing over the span of however many years. So I like stuff like this. So far, I feel like it's too early to say. It's feeling like maybe a 4-star. The characters, especially Sadie, like not a very likable character, but I don't need characters to be super likable in books like this, because, well, I guess the reason they're unlikable is because you're sort of getting like entry into their psyche, you know what I mean? Like you're seeing the side of them that they don't show to the rest of the world. Do you know what I mean? And then these infinite threads. Where am I up to? I am like almost done with it. I'm on page 295, which is, what chapter is this? Chapter 23. This is that book. I'm so thankful to Emmy. She's an icon. If you don't know who she is and you're in booktube, you must be living under a rock. I feel like she is like the queen of booktube, booktok right now. She's recommended the series a few times on her TikTok and on her YouTube, and she said it was a very underrated romantasy. I'd had my eyes on it for like a long time, and I feel like that gave me the final push to pick it up, and I'm just so thankful to her that I picked this series up, because I am loving it so much, especially this book. No, I loved the first book so much, but this book, like the tension, the banter in this book, I'm so curious to see how something is going to pan out. I'm obviously not going to say what it is, because this is a second book in the series, but there is something, a dynamic, you could say, that I'm like, how is this possibly going to work out? Like, I really don't understand where it's going to go. So yeah, I'm loving it. I think I'm gonna go to the gym. It'll make me feel good, because I've sort of been sat inside all day and I want to get out and do some movement. I could actually do a home workout. I might do that. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I will report back once I have some reading updates, or I will report back with some B-roll of me reading. Who knows, but I'll speak to you guys soon. You guys, this book, it's so, the romance, these subtle acts of romance in this book. Me and Cooper. Update, by the way, I didn't go to the gym, and I also didn't do a home workout. Something about the weather, I was just like, no, I'm gonna read. So Cooper and I are laid up on the couch, we're chilling. Oh, you guys, I just finished these infinite threads, and oh my god, when I tell you that I haven't felt this way about a romantasy in such a long time, I am not kidding. The emotions I felt reading this book, it's not even funny, especially the last half of this book. Like, I haven't blushed, giggled, and kicked my feet like that in a long time. This was perfection to me. This could potentially be my favorite read of the year so far. Like, I loved it that much. I'm gonna go back in and underline and tab this book. I was keeping notes of like my favorite quotes when I was reading on my Kindle, but I just need to go back in here and like find, oh, my battery's about to die. I just need to go back in here and find all of my favorite quotes from when I was reading it in the physical form, because I need to have my favorite scenes and favorite lines tabbed so I can always go back to them. The tension, this is YA, by the way, but it does allude to things, but there's no spice in this. But when I tell you that this book had better tension than any other, no, that's not true, but like, it's up there with the tension. This, it was so good. I think I've already said this, but I have seen people online say that this series, especially book 1 and 2, are like too slow for them, not too much happens. And that is kind of true. Like in this book, there's not a ton of plot going on. But if you love the characters and you connect to the characters, especially the romance in this book, I'm telling you right now, you don't need that much plot going on, because if you happen to fall in love with the characters, you're gonna have the best time. You will have the best time. But I understand if you don't really care for the characters or you don't care for the romance, you might not really enjoy this book, to be honest. But thankfully, I love this book so much that I'm gonna go make a playlist for it right now. And I only ever make a playlist if I love a series so much and I feel so inspired. And when I listen to music, I think of 2 particular characters in this book. I'm not gonna say who they are, but so I need to go make a playlist because I am deeply obsessed. But oh my god, 5 stars. 5 stars. So good. I do need to pick up the 3rd book immediately. And do you know what's so painful? This is a 5-book series and only the first 3 books are out. So once I finish the 3rd book, what am I supposed to do? It's so good. I do fear I'm gonna be in a bit of a reading slump because I just loved these characters. I loved the scenes in this book. I loved everything about it so much. If you've read the book, the scene where they're in the flower field, see ya. That was so good. Oh, what am I gonna do with my life now? I am really enjoying tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. But how am I supposed to read it after reading this book? Although it's a completely different story and like at least a completely different genre. I'm gonna go to the gym and I think I will listen to the audiobook. I think I'm just over halfway in tomorrow and I'm gonna switch to the audiobook just because I'm quite busy this evening, so hopefully I can do a good chunk of reading / audio listening. So yeah, anyways, I will speak to you guys once I have some more updates. Hello everyone, my hair is not behaving today. Like my fringe, it will not stay put. I wanted to give you guys an update on Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin because I still have like a 1/3 to go. I'm up to here, which is page 319. I was just doing some reading now and I wanted to pick up the camera because I just read a quote that I loved so much, so much. There's a lot of quotes I really like in this book. Am I obsessed with the book and I just could not put it down? No. But am I really enjoying it, really enjoying the writing? I like the dynamic between the characters. It's a very interesting story. Like it's a very interesting relationship between the two. And it's almost like, I don't know, like they've got a very creative relationship. And yeah, like they're not the most lovable characters. Although I will say Marx, who's not one of the main 2 characters, I love him so much. And the quote I just read was about him. Marx is one of those people who's like super, like he's considered lucky. Like everything just falls into his lap. People always love him. Good things happen to him. He's a very lucky person. And there's this quote that I just read about him that was just like, let me read it to you. So basically he goes outside and he's like, oh my god, Sadie, do you see this? This is a persimmon tree. This is my favorite fruit. And so he picks one of the fat orange persimmons from the tree, sits down. He's like, can you believe our luck? We bought a house with a tree that has my actual favorite fruit. And then it says, Sam used to say that Marx was the most fortunate person he has ever met. He was lucky with lovers, in business, in looks, and in life. But the longer Sadie knew Marx, the more she thought Sam hadn't truly understood the nature of Marx's good fortune. Marx was fortunate because he saw everything as if it were a fortuitous bounty. It was impossible to know, were persimmons his favorite fruit, or had they now just become his favorite fruit because they were there, growing in his own backyard. He certainly never mentioned persimmons before. It was one of those quotes I read that was so simple but really like struck me, and I felt obviously inspired to talk about it. And the reason I felt inspired to talk about it was just nice to read about a character who I see myself in terms of like our outlooks in life. Like I consider myself a very optimistic person. I see the beauty in life. I always try to find the good in life. And I'm also the kind of person, my husband will laugh hearing this, I'm the sort of person that will always say, oh my god, this is my favorite thing. And I say it about so many things, and I'm not saying it and like lying that these are my favorite thing. Sometimes I really wholeheartedly mean it. Like I will love something so much and I'm like, oh my god, this is my favorite fruit, this is my favorite blah blah blah. And I just think it's so nice to have that really positive outlook on life, because it's kind of crazy, but you know, like lucky girl syndrome, the more you feel lucky and the more you feel joyful for these small things, the more they happen. I think it's feeling like a 4 to a 4.25 star for me. I'm just gonna take my dog for a walk. Bless his cotton socks, I think he really needs to go. Hello guys, so good news. I finished Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, and I'm still sort of sitting on my rating. I think I will come to like a definite final rating when I do my wrap up. I will be doing an April and May wrap up, so I'll think about it a little bit more, but right now I'm sitting on a 3.75 to a 4 star. At first, 4 star, but then I was like, I don't know, somewhere in between there. I think it's potentially a 4 star. Like what I loved about it is I liked how real the characters felt, how real their dynamics felt. If you don't like miscommunication, then there is a lot of miscommunication in this book, I felt. I like the story, I like the dynamics. I even really enjoyed the gaming aspect of this book, and that's coming from someone who knows nothing about gaming. But I feel like it had so many good analogies for life. Like they would give like gaming analogies about how life works. And the only reason it's not really any higher than that was I felt a little bit bored sometimes in this book and just not overly connected to the characters or to their story. So because of that, it's not any higher than that. But definitely a very clever book, a unique book. I've never read anything like it before, so bonus points for creativity. And I understand why so many people really love it. I think if you connect to the characters more and you connect to their story, I understand why you would rate it very high. Yeah, I'm really happy I read it. And I'm also so proud I can finally say I've read this book and I've got it off my shelf, so woo! Right guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up because I do need to edit it soon. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!